Right, so manifestation may be a powerful tool for manifesting a life that is in alignment with your deepest desires and values. And you may materialize a life that provides you joy, fulfillment, and a profound feeling of purpose by aligning your thoughts, your beliefs, your intentions, and also your actions with your vision of meaningful living. So this morning we're going to be joined by Banesa Tseki, yoga teacher, brand strategist, and wellness entrepreneur, perhaps on how to manifest our dreams for the year of 2025. Banesa, good morning, and thank you for your time at this hour.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So we were just chatting offline. I mean, it's what, 11 days into the new year, and it seems like a lot has happened, but we remain hopeful as to what can come about. So being intentional about what we want to manifest becomes key at this point, because things are not all peaches or sunshine and roses. And perhaps we could speak about that mindset that one has to cultivate to be steadfast given these uncertain times.
Absolutely. I feel like it's almost a coping mechanism as well,
Yes.
because we were speaking of how, you know, at the beginning of the year, you really don't know what's coming next, and that can breed some anxiety, a little panic. So being able to ground yourself and manifest and feel like you have that power kind of helps us navigate these uncharted territories.
Absolutely, and it is about being empowered. It's about knowing the narratives that serve us, because we're living to the stories that we tell. How do we better construct that for ourselves, incorporating the feeling element as well, perhaps getting out of here and into here more, or integrating the two?
Absolutely, and I love that emphasis, because you can do all the steps and set clear goals and intentions, but if you don't really believe in the process, so most importantly, believe in yourself, self-doubt is one of the biggest barriers when it comes to manifestation.
Yeah. I wonder, for people who criticize not living in, people who employ that technique, not living in reality, or perhaps wanting to bypass reality and their problems, how do you accept what is happening, but also remain optimistic that there is better, given what you're thinking?
I think the differentiation between someone who is actively manifesting their dreams and desires and someone who is daydreaming is action. So action is what grounds us in that you can't have this goal and then expect it to come from the sky. You actually have to align your intentions with action that lead to that goal.
That comes with knowing yourself, and clarity is kindness towards yourself. What work needs to go into that honesty and transparency? Because you then teach people how to treat you as well from there into.
Absolutely, and I love that, because it always starts with us, and that's where the empowering factor comes through. So if you're really wanting to cultivate a positive mindset, knowing that I need to first work on myself and see what is this negative mindset that keeps going on and on, where does it stem from? And in our practices we do it inner child healing, which is really about reparenting the child within us that might not have gotten the care or attention that it needed, and that's kind of playing off in our adult lives through doubt and lack of confidence, and the list could go on and on.
Yeah, absolutely. Rejection, abandonment, not being
Exactly.
seen. And so integrating all of that, I mean, that makes us holistic, and we are multifaceted as well. The techniques that you know, are popular, you know, the vision boards, etc.
Yes.
What's the science behind that, perhaps in the art of manifestation?
I love that you brought in science, because that is a really big component. Manifestation is really a blend of psychology, spirituality, and like life coaching. And the science of it is proven that when we think positive thoughts, dopamine is released. And when dopamine is released, that feel-good emotion, it motivates you to do what you need to do. Also, the ability to repeatedly see something in your mind and keep affirming it to yourself rewires the sort of like transmitters of your brain, so to speak, in order to think in that way. So this is actually really tangible scientific stuff, and I think that helps us a lot in the woo spiritual world.
Yeah, and speaking about spirituality, what is the science behind that as well? Perhaps the bird flies because there are two wings, right?
Yeah.
There is the scientific element, but the spirituality element as well. How do we make that work for us as well?
Spirituality and science have long, it always seems as if they're opposing in some way,
Yeah.
and they really aren't. I
Yeah.
feel with spirituality, there's a lot of things that spirituality claims that science only later proves. And it's really about what you believe in and what serves you. For some people, science is their spirituality. It's what they believe in, it's what they pour and invest their emotions and energy into. It's anything that we pour, especially things that are intangible and requires a level of faith, belief, or, you know, delulu, some people might say.
The creative spirit,
Exactly.
the intuition, all of that is what births something, right? And so we're at the beginning of the year. How hopeful are you for this coming year? Just given what we've left behind and the potential, the fact that nothing is certain makes everything possible at this point.
Absolutely, and that's like the glass half full or empty,
Yes.
right? And I would love to sit here and say, oh, I am so bursting with
Thank you.
hope and
Thank you.
positive vibes, but that's not always the case. I think it doesn't matter if you're spiritual, a yoga teacher or whatever, you're going to have doubts and fears. And this year has caught me with a bit of anxiety of what's to come, only because we know that anything can happen in a year. But I'm so grateful for the practices like manifestation, like meditation and yoga, and all of those things that allowed me to ground myself and remember that, you know, that I can't really control what's outside of me. And so the empowering belief is knowing that I can control how I react to things, and that's the goal this year.
I like how you've reminded us that it is holistic. So as much as we feed our mind and we feed our spirit, our bodies also need that. The energy needs to flow, and movement's important as well. I mean, as kids, we played.
Absolutely.
And we stopped that. So for people who are tuned in, what are some of the techniques or the advice that you have for them that they could employ, just in the short term?
I think the easiest way to start manifesting or creating that holistic lifestyle is, again, it's a positive mindset. And with the positive mindset, you can get that through affirmations. So repeating daily positive affirmations that really spike those dopamine levels. Vision boarding is something you spoke about, and that's also quite incredible. But also it's just a belief. And I think what I would say to your audience is believing in yourself is one of the most powerful tools you can have.
Because we are autonomous.
Yes.
And we're part of the world's story. We need to complete that by giving of the gifts that we encompass. What can we expect from you, perhaps for the year? Oh, we can limit it to the first 3 months if we don't know how far. I don't know how far we're projecting.
Yes, I think that's with anxiety. As an entrepreneur, I don't really have a set idea. Things come and I just sort of go with it. But what I'm expecting of myself is being able to move with the flow and be able to receive what is meant for me and to let go of what's not. I think that's the best I can do.
Sure. Letting go of what's let go of you.
Yes, exactly.
Sure, thank you. Drop some, I think we're done. Vanessa, thank you for joining us and for sharing some of your words of wisdom. And also wishing you all the best of luck for the year of 2025, it seems.
Thank you so much. This is always such a pleasure seeing you.
So, we're just in conversation this morning with Banesa Tseki about manifestation, the art of it, and of course manifesting the year that we want for ourselves using various wellness techniques and tools and resources at our disposal. So we're going to leave that conversation there.